Hello there and welcome to Movie Trailer Rankings, where we take a closer look at the latest trailers on the internet, and sometimes, like today, we take a look back at some old classic movie trailers. And just like with modern trailers, we're going to look at them for style and content, and we're going to give them a score, and we're going to stick them on a leaderboard. And if you want to see new content like this on a regular basis, be sure to hit that like, subscribe, and bell button to get notified when new content comes out. All right, let's get started. Today is January 2nd, 2021, and we are going to start off the new year by going back to the future. Check the description below for timestamps if you want to skip around. Otherwise, just watch on through. Here we go.
Steven Spielberg presents Back to the Future, a Robert Zemeckis film. Marty leads an ordinary life.
No McFly ever amounted to anything in the history of Hill Valley.
Yeah, well, history is going to change.
And 1985 is not his year. But Dr. Brown is about to change all that.
Are you telling me that you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
He's sending Marty 30 years back in time.
It's a flying saucer from outer space!
Now, he's trapped in the past,
It's got to be a dream.
about to meet
Chocolate.
his future father.
He's a peeping Tom.
Wow!
And he's making an impression on his mother.
It's an absolute dream. And he can sleep in my room.
Anything you do could have serious repercussions on future events.
Now, he's got to make his mother and father fall in love.
For crying out loud, I haven't even been born yet.
And only Dr. Brown can help him get back to the future.
Are you telling me that this sucker is nuclear?
Precisely.
Michael J. Fox,
Whoa, this is heavy.
Christopher Lloyd,
There's that word again, heavy. Why are things so heavy in the future? Is there a problem with the Earth's gravitational pull?
Back to the Future.
Okay, as we get started, one of the things that we want to do here at Movie Trailer Rankings is to try to separate the movie from the trailer as much as we can, because what we want to be looking at is the trailer. And so we've made a video that you can check out by going to this link here, and it tells you all about our ranking system and how it is that we come up with the scores that we give movies and our final ranking as well. So check that out if you haven't seen it. Otherwise, we're just going to jump right in here and we're going to consider the critical non-factors for Back to the Future's original trailer. And this is a tough one for me because this movie easily ranks in my top 10 all time, but we're not looking at the movie today, we're looking at the trailer. And so one of the first things that we're going to need to set aside here is our nostalgia for the movie itself. A lot of these classic movies that we're going to look at, trailers that we're going to look at, are going to be movies that we all know and like and maybe even can recite in our sleep. But we're going to try to take that nostalgia that we have for the source material and set it aside. Another non-factor is going to have to be somehow, we'll try to make this work, our modern bias. We're also used to how movie trailers look and feel nowadays in a modern era where every editor has digital equipment, every editor has the internet at their disposal, and just tons of graphic effects and options at their beck and call. A lot of these classic trailers are edited in the old analog days, and so the experience of editing a trailer was just different. From a marketing perspective, think about all the demographic data that we have now that they didn't have then, just to know how to market your trailer to your audience. That's something that's changed over the years. And so trailers years ago were sort of a more general statement about what the movie was. So you saw a lot more narration and things that are in this trailer that we would not see now. And so that doesn't necessarily mean that all the rules are out the window. We're still going to try to score appropriately, but we're also going to try to remove sort of our biases that we have, our modern sensibilities, and say, for the audience that this was created for, is this a good trailer? And then the last one is, I do know this movie inside and out. Where's Biff? This trailer's got this whole setup about, Marty going back and has to go back to the future. And the only antagonists that we see are the Libyans in the van, which seems weird to me. Biff should have made it into this trailer. I know editing a trailer is about what you leave in, what you leave out. You got to put Biff in. Anyway. All right, let's move on to the scores. We're going to look at technical, style, music and audio, narrative, and impact, just like we do for our modern trailers. And this is going to hurt people. I got to say, from a technical standpoint, this trailer is not very good. Despite the fun content that's in the footage itself, the editing is just very difficult to watch or even follow along with what's happening. And again, I don't think this is just a modern sensibilities thing. A lot of this would be a difficult trailer to cut in an analog age, but a lot of the transitions are still very harsh. A lot of the sound, background noise is still in each clip and has a hard cut. So not a lot of easier transitions to allow you to kind of follow along with what's happening. So if it wasn't for the narration, and so that gives the narrative part a little bit of a higher score. If it wasn't for the narration in the trailer, I'd have almost no idea what was going on. The music that's being used is sort of overlaid without a whole lot of thought. I do like Huey Lewis and the News, but it's just sort of laid on top. And sometimes you'll even hear some of that other music from this footage coming through as well. So it's kind of muddled. I do think the hook comes through pretty well, thanks in part to the narration, just what it is that the movie's about, why that you would want to go see it. Michael J. Fox is allowed to really shine as the main draw that makes, and I think that makes this trailer only slightly more appealing than not for its intended audience. So I think in a sense, it is a successful trailer in that sense. So the impact is probably its best score here. Across the board, though, it's a much simpler attempt at a trailer. Not a lot going on style-wise, not a lot going on, definitely from a technical standpoint. So overall, we're going to take a look and we're going to give Back to the Future's original trailer 4.3 out of 10. Now we're going to move on to the leaderboards. That's going to be enough because this is our first one to put it at the number one spot. I don't expect it to stay there for very long. But hey, let's go ahead and take a look at the leaderboards. All right, that's going to do it for us this time. Be sure to leave us some comments below if you think we got it right or wrong or have some opinions that you'd like us to hear about. Also, let us know if there are some trailers that we've missed that you'd like us to review. We're happy to do that and take a look at those. See you next time.